Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who wanted to ask some questions and also just get a general reading. So we're going to cover everything. We're going to cover your questions, we're going to do a general reading, and we're also going to do a love reading and talk about your next steps. And we'll also tap into some advice. So let's get into it here. If you were led to this personal reading and it's not your reading, then stay tuned. Maybe there's some information that will come through for you as well. And if you're interested, check out the description below to find out how you can book a personal reading with me. So I'm so excited to do these personal readings for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have booked personal readings, so stay tuned. Yours is being uploaded. If I haven't sent you the link to this one, then it's not your personal reading. Stay tuned. All of them are uploading. So many people hit me up. I think it's because it's Halloween. It's Samhain and it's a beautiful day. I took a nice long walk by a creek and just did a ritual of my own of just releasing and releasing death, I guess, mourning and letting go, which is all kind of what this time of year is all about. It's also like the celebration of the harvest, and it's kind of a season where we look forward to winter and new growth. So it's a really beautiful day. I'm so stoked to do these readings for you guys. Stay tuned for those of you guys who have hit me up for personal readings. It will be coming, if not tonight, then it will be coming tomorrow. So let's get into this here. The first thing we're gonna do is look into your current energy. And I have to say, when I first tapped into your energy, I kind of had to take a break and kind of go back into this after a couple minutes of relaxing, because your energy is really intense. But don't feel bad or anything. It's only something I feel like I'm super sensitive, so I can really tap deep into stuff, I guess. And so what I'm feeling here is that you're very distressed, and I think this is part of why you want to leave and you want to go abroad. You want to escape this situation, which there's nothing wrong with it. Your current energy is saying, trust your inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. I feel like I know exactly what's going on here in this situation. But let's just look at and read this card real quick. This card is interesting. It is the Six of Athame reversed. And I have my guidebook here because this is a new deck for me, and what I'm seeing is that this means reverse, turmoil, displacement, delays, unable to get away from problems, a need to handle a turbulent situation. So as soon as I actually looked at these cards and saw that, I was like, wow, that must have been what I was tapping into when I first sat down to do this. So I'm doing well now. I've got a crystal over here. And this is my first reading I'm starting for today. So I just was like, whoa, all right, here we go. But I do feel some really beautiful things here for you. There's so much beautiful energy coming through and so much hope and promise in this reading. So I hope that you will look forward to that and not feel weird about me being able to tell that things are really intense for you right now. But I think that's kind of what you need. It's you need someone to witness and someone to kind of validate that for you. And maybe you're just so used to it and kind of desensitized, you haven't realized that your creative energy, it's just really blocked right now because of all the stress that you're experiencing in your life. And that's what it boils down to. It boils down to stress. It's like a pressure, it's like a burden. And I do have to say that I'm feeling this coming from some people around you. I'm feeling like it could be family or friends or community. I just feel like there's people around you that you aren't vibrating in alignment with anymore. And you're feeling this need to get away and to kind of establish your own individuality. And I feel like for you, this is something that's kind of difficult to think about doing because you're going to be defying some social norms, first of all. I feel like you're in a place where doing something like this, going off on your own, is a really big deal. And it's not something that people would treat lightly. And I feel like there's people around you that are, maybe, I don't know if you've said anything to them yet, but they're probably really not agreeing with you 100%, you know, because of course you're wanting to get away from everything. But I am seeing 100% this is in alignment for you, because look what's in the middle of the spread. So your current energy is saying, like, you need to trust yourself. And I see this owl. It's like a sign that you've been thinking about this late at night. Like, that this is where the turmoil is coming from. Like, you're thinking, like, should I get out? Like, should I leave everything behind and start over? Like, is this going to be a new life for me? And I don't know. I'm thinking yes. Really interesting to see what we get in the next placement here. This is the energy that is coming into your life right now. And so I see the frustration card next to the boundaries card. And instantly I'm feeling like you're very frustrated. And then in the near future, you're going to start realizing like how frustrated you are, because you're trying to find your place in this world and in this life. You're trying to find who you are. And boundaries are all about realizing like who you are. Like, I like chocolate ice cream as a boundary. That's something I learned from Teal Swan. I love her page. Her YouTube is so cool. You know, that's a boundary. And, you know, realizing who you are and what you want and like your strengths and your weaknesses. And I feel like you're very shy about this. Like, this is something for you that is very difficult, like, to realize, like, your strengths and weaknesses. And you have many of them. Like, I'm kind of tapping in, and I feel like these talents you have, like, and they're not hidden talents. Like, you have these things you're very good at, and I think we're going to get into that later in the other part of the reading. But what I'm seeing here is that in the near future, you're going to be establishing your boundaries. Like, you know, life is going to take you through this kind of groove where you're going to start realizing who you are more. You're going to be able to express and experience yourself more. And that's what this is all about. Like, this is why you're here. This is very important. I feel like you want more to life, and you're a sensitive person. You're kind of an open heart. And I feel like the place that you're coming from, like, really doesn't understand that. And you feel like you can't be yourself where you are. And that might be true. You might be called to go somewhere else in order to be in a place where you can fully experience like the amazing person you are, like without as many boundaries and limitations. And that's what is going on here. You're frustrated with these limitations, with how you're able to experience your life where you are. You're long for like a fuller life, and life seems to be calling you in a direction of a place where you can really fully do that, you know, and experience that. So, dang, this energy is so intense, but it's good. It's good. There's like good stuff happening here. There's like this huge cultivation. I understand now what you're going through. Like, you're being pushed into this new direction, and it's really exciting. So moving abroad, you know, what information wants to come out on that? Like, what's the deal with that? Fulfillment. So 100%, you know, this fulfillment card, I know it has to do with this inner wisdom card here. I feel like these really go together. It's so perfect, you know. They're saying this is going to be something that's going to fulfill you, and there's nothing that should be holding you back. I think that there's some cards down here pointing out like some insecurities you have, and we'll get into that later, but there should be nothing that's holding you back from moving forward with this, because this is like definitely a path for you to move. If you're being called and you're having this vision to go, it's not a coincidence you have to go. You know, I get this vision all the time of me being in the jungle. And I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go there for a while, or I'm going to live there, or at least I'm going to visit, and I want to go and experience that. And so I'm making it happen. And I feel like, you know, right now it seems like kind of crazy. Like, whoa, it's like kind of a big thing I'm going to do. I'm like, have so much going on right now. Like, I'm starting 2 businesses, and I'm in the middle of managing so much in my life right now, and also going through a healing process. So it seems kind of, you know, almost, and also like, oh wow, you know, what would other people think, right? But you know what? Who cares what people think? This is your life. This is my life. And, you know, start expecting that this is what's going to happen, because if this is a vision you have and it's something you desire, then like let it manifest. Just let it be, like, open to receive it, you know. Surrender, open to receive this fulfillment. They're saying you're very sensitive right now. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So what's happening is you're vibing up. You're having this spiritual awakening. You're having an awakening to like your inner truth and just who you are. You're finding out that your boundaries. You're finding out like what your likes and interests are and your talents and your gifts are. You're finding out like what your soul longs for and like what you want to do with your time here. Whether it's just like hang gliding or painting or singing or writing or, being like a blogger or something or whatever, just traveling or just you want to have a family, whatever it is, like your soul is like being called in a certain direction to express yourself, and that's okay. And maybe you're around harsh relationships and people that are telling you that you shouldn't be doing whatever it is that makes you happy. Maybe there's people who are judging you or placing blame and shame on you. Sometimes people who just don't fully love themselves and haven't really done the work when it comes to like their own healing, and sometimes people shut themselves off to their own sensitivities and emotions, and they become kind of nasty and they project all that onto you. And it's important to like realize when that's happening and like to distance yourself from that. You need to create space around yourself, sacred space. And that's what you got here, the sacred space card. You need to create sacred, this is the advice, or we're going to get to this later in the reading, but your advice coming out from Spirit is you need to create sacred space around yourself so you can become who you are. And you can't do that with all these people projecting all their crap onto you. So, just kidding. So, with all that said, they're saying that you are gifted with this. You're really good at helping and counseling and healing people. I don't know about children. I'm just thinking like you're very sensitive, and like you might be someone who's really good at doing like sound healing or ASMR, or maybe you do card readings too, or Reiki healing, or you'd be a really good doctor or a nurse or something, or an acupuncturist, or I don't know, I'm just throwing anything out there that I can think of that has to do with healing. Maybe you'll make your own little line of healing products, or start some kind of shop selling ethical clothing. Anything like that has to do with this side of yourself is something you can thrive in. And so I feel like when you move abroad, you're going to have an opportunity to do that, to like start your heart-based, soul-based practice. And whatever your heart and your soul is desiring to do, like you're just going to flow into it naturally. Just like I did with doing this. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot even believe how much money I made today. Like, I'm freaking out. I'm just like, wow, today I made the most money I've made in one day so far doing this channel. And I'm so excited to use it to buy new equipment to help with my photo shoots, and also so I don't have to keep shaking the camera so much. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked, and I think you'd be surprised like what happens. Like, abundance flows where your passion and your energy goes. Does that make sense? So like whatever your passion is and whatever like your energy is the most invested in, like the abundance is attracted to that. So you just got to figure this out. You just got to create this sacred space and like let this happen naturally. This is something that's going to evolve here in your life, but this is a strength of yours, and they're saying that this is going to be your path to fulfillment. Doing something with counseling and whatever this crap is that you're going through, the reason that you need to move, you just got to realize that the wound is your teacher. So these wounds and this baggage and this hurt and this trauma, everything that you've been healing and you'll continue to heal as you move away, that's your teacher. That's your teacher. And this is all going to be teaching you, like you're going to find your love for healing. Very similarly, I guess, to how I did. Your path, I see kind of why you've been drawn to me, because there's some similarities here, because like we're both kind of like these healers in a way, empaths type people. So don't worry, there's so many more like people like you out there, artists, so that's where, those are the kind of people you need to connect with. There's other people who are sensitive, people who are like artists and musicians and writers, and like those types of people you're gonna resonate a lot with, because they're just gonna get you. All these super analytical people that you're around, they're just not really vibing with you, and that's okay. Like, there's all different kinds of people in this world, and it's just, you gotta go, like, with your tribe, you know? So, what is the most effective and soul-fulfilling action to take for you at this time? Like, with all this we've figured out so far. I think they're giving you some advice for how to hang in there where you're at until you can move away. Because I don't know why, I just get the feeling like it's bad. And I don't know, maybe you're desensitized. Like I said, I'm getting this feeling like you're desensitized, like you don't realize how bad it is where you are. And you usually don't until you get away. And so they're saying, like, bodies of water are really going to help you if you can find your way to, like, I don't know, just like a lake or an ocean or a jacuzzi or just a nice bath, or just steal an extra 5 minutes in the shower and just do some breathing exercises. Just imagine the water washing away all the psychic debris, just all the crap you picked up, all the mean things people said to you, and just fill yourself again with love and light. Because they're saying you will be leaving a difficult time behind, and this swan is a beautiful promise. It's like saying, like, you are going to gracefully leave this period in your life behind to go fulfill your mission here, I believe. But right now it's tough, and so you've got to do what you can to balance yourself and, like, recharge yourself so you can, like, get the energy it's going to take you to, like, push through this and get out of here. So, exciting things, but you gotta balance. You gotta balance. And I'm gonna continue this reading. This is like, I'm just saying it like I see it, man. This is intense. You gotta, I feel like you know what has to happen here. You already made your mind up to leave, to go, you know, but you just gotta pick up the last little bit of strength and push through this and just make it happen, you know? Just leap in the net will appear. So what I'm seeing here next is what's going on in your love life. Well, it's kind of hard to attract this into your life when you're in a situation like you are, because they're saying you are in the middle of this struggle. And they're saying right now what you need to do is honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So basically, emotionally, it's going to be hard to attract someone right now when you aren't grounded. And I do have a feeling like once you get abroad, this is when you're going to make this connection. And you've already said that there was some type of prophecy that another psychic made to you about maybe when you're 33 that you're going to be meeting someone. And so I pulled some cards on that just to see, like, what was going to come out. And so I don't know if I can confirm or deny that. But I do have to say that you are the kind of person who is, like, really compassionate, and you have this light. And so maybe you're really worried if you're going to end up actually meeting someone because you've been single for so long, or it's been rough in your love life. And there's been one person in particular has really broken your heart or, like, played with your emotions or something. Maybe someone really non-committal is, like, what this card is making me feel like. But, you know, you are a very attractive person. I feel like, you know, you are actually physically attractive and just emotionally, like, you're attracting people to you because of your light. But the struggle is what is around you right now. And so I feel like unless you release the struggle, then it's going to be hard for you to really have that compassion for yourself and for other people. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the middle of the struggle, it's so hard to be on that level. And they're saying that you're going to gain more skills in this area. Like, when it comes to really loving yourself, because in order to, like, manifest someone who loves you, you have to love yourself. And the more that you come to love yourself, it's really interesting. Like, you start to attract more, like, really pure, authentic relationships into your life, because life is mirroring to you, like, what you believe and what you are. And when you have these deep subconscious beliefs of just not truly feeling worthy, like, you're gonna attract people that, like, don't really, like, treat you well. And so that's why, like, the relationship with yourself is the most important thing. And it's, like, such a meta concept to understand that. But when you start looking around in your reality, like, when I woke up and had, like, an awakening and started, like, it happened back when I didn't have good self-esteem and back when I kind of hated myself. And so I looked around and I looked at the people I was surrounded by, and like they were like that too. And like there was so much drama, and like what was coming out of me was like a lot of that, and I was manifesting a lot of that. And so I don't know, I just over time I just consciously tried to like do better, just little by little, step by step. I mean, by all means not like perfect or anything, but the more I've worked on myself, the more I've like, you know, done work on my self-esteem, and like affirmations and meditation really help with that. Going out into nature and just getting grounded really helps with that. The more like, yeah, pure and like authentic relationships I can attract into my life, the easier it is for me to like recognize the beauty in myself and in people around me. The more easy it is for me to, you know, release judgment and focus on the love and light that's in everyone. And so I feel like this is what you're learning right now. And like, you're going to learn how to like have compassion for these people that have kind of effed you over in this part of your life here, especially when you get away. You know, you're going to have to go through the grieving process and let all of it go. And you're going to get very angry, and that's okay. You know, there's a lot of anger around you right now, and that's okay. But you're going to move through that. You're going to release that. And then on the other side of that is the light, and it's the compassion and the love. And you're going to find that. You're going to find that for yourself, and then you're going to attract that. And this is just a very natural process in life, and you're going to go through it more and more. Like, life is just going to continue to break you down and break you open, and you're going to continue to go to like more and more levels of love. And yeah, it's very interesting how this whole thing works, right? Let's move on. So what are the qualities of this person? You're just like, all right, I know there's someone, some type of soulmate situation, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. You know there's someone coming in your future, whether it's when you're 33 or 1,000,003. what you know, what is this person going to be like? So first of all, they're saying this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. And I feel like this is so sweet. Dude, this is literally a message for you. Like, that they understand that there's been an injustice here. They know that you're lonely and that you want someone, and they know it's unfair. They know, like, that, like, how you feel. They're like, we know, we wish you could, they're just like, we could send you someone, like, right now, like, today, to, like, be with you and comfort you and, like, help you through this. But, like, you've got to learn how to be that person for yourself. And, you got to do this on your own. And it's like this huge message coming out for you. And, but with that said, I'm going to go ahead and read you a little bit of this, because these are the characteristics of the person. And I do feel like this energy, like, coming through of, like, this person, like, that you're going to be with. It's, like, really interesting. And I love this card. It's called the World Tree. It's really beautiful. And look, there's like a dove or something in it. How beautiful. So, this person is going to be very stable. They're also going to be kind of spiritual in a way. Like, I just feel like they're going to be someone who loves nature and loves animals and is very nurturing and loves children. They're very balanced. And, like, there's this symbol here, like, Lady of Wisdom. Like, she's smart. And joyful. And I feel like when you meet her, like, oh, this is a sign of grace. Like, she's graceful. I'm assuming it's a she, because I'm feeling a very feminine energy, but it could be a male. I'm sorry to like assume, because I do have to say, like, I'm feeling some masculine qualities in this person as well, which everyone has both. And then it's marriage. Like, this is a white crane, which is a symbol for long-lasting marriage. So I feel like when you marry, it's gonna be for life. And yeah, that's definitely the crane. If you just, like, Google, like, the crane, like, just crane symbolism, you'll see, like, long-lasting marriage is, like, one of the first things that comes up. And so it's gonna be, this card stands for wholeness Objective attained, good conclusions, end of a matter, time for something new, completion, all is in balance, perfection, reassurance. So, it could be, maybe it is that when you're 33, you're going to meet this person. I have to say that, if you had, if you really trust that person you were talking to and felt good vibes through that, then go for it. I don't really predict years, but hey, maybe that's something I'll do in the future. Maybe in the future I'll get better at that. And I'll be able to do that too, but I have to say that this is a positive sign that definitely there's someone in your future. Like, look at this. Fairness. They know you. There's been an injustice. And then they have this beautiful world tree card come out with this crane symbolism. It's just like, yeah, there's like a marriage. There's definitely something. So, what are your next steps? Look at this. I just feel like your reading is so blunt. I'm like, I have no doubt about what, I'm even saying right now, because I'm just really feeling this. You're getting the bold card with the insecurity card. So, what do you think that means? It's time for you to drop this insecurities and be bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. What do you think that means? That means book that plane ticket. Get on that plane. What are you waiting for? All right. Advice from Spirit. We already covered some of this. Sacred space. You need to make space for yourself in order to become who you are. You need to define your boundaries. You need to figure out who you are. And it might even be worth for you Googling how to have healthy boundaries, because maybe you don't know that. I didn't know that. I'm getting into my late 20s and I just learned that. And sometimes your parents and your society and your schools just don't teach you that. And it's very important to learn that, how to have boundaries, so you realize it's okay to have them and it's safe to have them, and protect yourself and your energy, and have the space to become who you are, because you deserve to be an individual here and to express yourself, and you don't have to be pressured to conform to anything that isn't truly you. You just conform only to yourself and who you are. I don't care who you are and where you come from. Conform only to yourself and who you are, and not to anything or anybody else. And if, the people that you're around don't support that, if the society you're in doesn't support that, if the government you're in doesn't support that, then it's time to find a way to be free and to get out. And I believe you can do it. And that's what this reading is all about. It's about you freeing yourself. And so they're saying it's time to start delegating. And they're saying, find a way to ask for help. Start researching all the little details, because start planning your trip. Act as if it's going to happen. Even if you don't have the right money, or you don't have a job, or you don't know how it's going to work out, just start to act as if it's going to happen, and start to just look forward to it and protect this and nurture this. Don't go asking all these people around you for their opinion, because of course these people are going to want to keep you around, and they're also going to want, when you grow and you change and you evolve, sometimes it makes the people around you sweat. So sometimes you just got to kind of keep to yourself and make your own moves, and just allow people to just kind of flow with it. And if they're gonna be supportive and they want to stay in your life, cool. And if they diss you for it, then that's their problem, So that's what needs to happen here, is you need to start planning this, because I believe the universe is going to support this 100%. I've seen so many signs here, and there is a way for you to get out. And they're saying to do this, and to get the space that you need to express yourself. And I'm going to leave you with this last card. It is such a great card. It's the hawk card. And you might even want to Google the hawk spirit animal and see if you identify with what it's saying. So just on YouTube or on Google, it might be more fun to read about it. Hawk spirit animal, or hawk animal totem symbolism. But the hawk stands for opportunity. And so there are a lot of opportunities for you on this path. You're going to meet this person. We already know that. And you're going to flow into this whole new line of work. And also what I'm seeing here is that you're going to be gathering strength. This is going to make you into a stronger, more self-assured person, and your self-esteem is going to grow. And you're going to feel more comfortable in your own skin. You're going to feel as graceful and as strong and mighty as the hawk. So start seeing yourself as a beautiful creation. I know that sounds really cheesy, I should get you a shirt that says I should get you a shirt that says, "My psychic says I'm a beautiful creation." I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness. But seriously, like, you should start seeing yourself as just the amazing person that you are. That's why I do these readings, is because, like, there was a time where I didn't really love myself, and I know what that feels like, to kind of just be down just because of life, you know, and to be confused and lost, and it happens to everyone at times on the journey, and I think that's why we're all here. We're all here to kind of help each other and to remind each other not to give up on this journey, because it really is worth it. The end does justify the means, and I think that you need to just take this leap of faith and do this, and follow your inner guidance here. And yeah, there might be some people that don't understand you for this, but overall it's really gonna help you and give you strength, and it's going to transform you. And this pine tree symbolism is just really standing out to me, and so are these clouds. It's like the clouds around you are going to dissipate, and you're going to get your inner power and your inner strength back through this process. So I hope that this reading resonated with you. I'm sending you so much love and light, and stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some more pick a card readings. There's been a lot of people who have been hitting me up wanting to move, and I'm thinking about doing a reading about moving in specific. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that reading. I'm hoping that I can find a cool way to do that for you guys and to help you guys out with some more messages. And if you're looking for a deck to check out, because I'm kind of feeling like maybe you could use a deck, and because you have your own inner knowledge and your own inner wisdom, you know, and these tarot decks are a really great tool to tap into that. And I really like this Wildwood Tarot, the Wildwood Tarot. It's just really sensible, like the way everything's written, and you can just draw one card a day to start with, and eventually you learn the cards and they start to speak to you. Definitely look up in YouTube like tips for tarot reading. You want to make sure when you read tarot that you're always like in a good space for it. You don't approach the deck when you're too stressed out or like freaking out too much. I mean, sometimes it's like nice to go to my deck and be like, oh my gosh, what the heck, and pull a card, but you know, if you're going to get into it, you want to take deep breaths and get grounded, and, you know, make sure you're protected, visualize yourself being protected, and set an intention, and use crystals and whatnot. So there's, you know, it's to be respected, and there's like a lot that goes into it, but anyone can pick this up and try it out. It's up to you, you know, if it's something you feel interested in. But by all means, continue to tune into me and whatever other else guidance you're into, and whatever other spiritual, religious, or just self-growth texts that you're into. I would consider just looking into all sorts of information right now, and even speaking with like a licensed and professional therapist, or maybe even looking into a life coach to help you with this type of transition. There's some really cool life coaches here on YouTube, but basically start delegating. You don't have to do this alone, man. You can have help through this transition. So I just want to encourage you, and anyone else who's watching, leave comments and let us know if this resonated. I'm sure that this person would love to know if anyone else is on a similar path right now. So peace out.